Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Friday. It's the 25th day of October, 2024. Happy Friday. I hope your family's safe and healthy. I hope you're safe and healthy. And I hope the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health, are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with first responders who every day are risking their lives to try to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help, rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those who make money from these things. And double curses on the perverts that create the demands, the billions of dollars in demand for these things. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. Nearly 600,000 or more than 600,000 men, women, children, families, veterans, senior citizens, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world, similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So, with the recent discussion of Josh Hart saying he was a little confused with his role before the season started in the first unit, the talk again has come back about starting Deuce McBride. Not that I think it's a bad idea, but let me just say this. There are, I say a lot, the loudest of them, I don't know how many, but there's a loud contingent of Knicks fans that seem to believe that Tom Thibodeau will make his lineups by their proxy. In other words, if they yell enough, if they curse enough, if they criticize Thibs enough, if they suggest that their suggestion would be what he does. And I just want to keep reminding people, Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks do not create lineups based on fan proxies or fan desires. It's based on what their experience as professionals and Tom's experience as professional head coach in the league teaches him and his assistants. So all of the suggestions of lineups and what people would like to see, I find to be meaningless and empty. Because, see, this is the thing. When the Knicks sucked, when they stunk, as Charles Barkley would say, then, we could talk about what people would want to see because we were all desperate for something that would work, something that would help us win, right? But here we are, 4 years into this Don regime, where the Knicks are now a championship contender. What you want to see don't matter. They've already proven that they're good. And they've already developed long-term sustainable winning at Madison Square Garden. So we shouldn't be thinking what we want to see. What we want to see don't matter. What we want to do is see them win. That's the object. I mean, at least for what I consider true fans. What you really want is you want Knicks to win. This ain't no fashion statement. We want the Knicks to get that chip, that cup. And so Thibodeau has gotten them to this point with the help of the Don. Don puts the ingredients, Thibodeau makes the food, and he puts it together. Now, with all that being said, I can understand. Certainly. I mean, look, I think many of y'all could bear witness. I was deuce high before the Knicks even drafted him. I was deuce high when he was under Huggins at West Virginia. And I wanted Deuce to get drafted by the Knicks because I knew he would be a perfect fit for Tom Thibodeau. And obviously it has worked out. But I don't think he should start. And I'll tell you why. First off, let me say it this way. I don't think Thibodeau will start him, at least not right now. Now, he could always start. He started multiple games last year, and he'll probably start some games this year. I'm not talking about that. As a regular general lineup, though, I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. See, Josh Hart said he's confused about his role. So he made that open, right? He said that out into the universe, into the media, and everybody heard it. I'm sure Tom Thibodeau already knows. So let's assume Tom Thibodeau knows Josh is confused about his role. Let's make a second assumption in our hypothesis that Josh has come to Thibs and said, Coach, I don't like my role. Put me on the bench. Put me in the second unit. When it comes down to that, Thibodeau will have one of two answers, right? Either be yes or no, right? If it's yes, then he'll probably make the adjustment, after 20 or 30 games. Not right now. If it's no, which I'm thinking is going to be, Thibs is going to say, I hear you, Josh. Trust me on this. It'll work. Which is what I'm telling a lot of y'all. Trust Thibs on this. It'll work. Because what Josh is, let me tell you why. Josh is a glue guy, among other things. He brings the motor. We know he does that. High-level motor, one of the best in the whole NBA in terms of motor. And so he brings that Dennis Rodman type effort, in everything he does, defensively, hustle, boards. And he's a glue guy. What does that mean? Let's tell you what glue guy means. Glue guy means he don't need the ball. He don't need plays run for him. He helps facilitate plays for other guys. Okay? In the NBA, look, in high school, right, and in college, right, you can be a dude that's just bigger, stronger, faster than everybody else. Every high school has guys like that, right? Bigger, stronger, faster than everybody else. And you could use that superior speed, strength, skill to overwhelm average mortals, right? That aren't as athletic naturally as you, right? But when you get to the league, the whole league is full of guys like that. Like all of those, a lot of the guys you playing with were McDonald's All-American. A lot of guys you playing with were college All-American. A lot of guys you playing with were bigger, stronger, faster than everybody of their cohorts in the towns and cities they come from. But when you get to the league, it's everybody. So then when you get to the league, the important thing for like 80% of the players is a role. See, people try to down the term role players as if it's meaningless, as if it's demeaning. It's stupid to do that. Role player is what you need to win a chip, and people that know their role and play their role is what you want to win a championship. Okay? Of course, you do need some superior talented players. Knicks do have that in Jalen Brunson, obviously, and Karl Anthony Towns. But you need a guy that's going to play his role. And this is where Josh is a little confused because he wants to know what his role is. Or maybe he doesn't even like the role he's playing. But Thibs is probably going to say, chill. And this is what I'm saying. I'm telling you what I think Thibs is going to do. Not what I necessarily prefer. Yeah, listen, I would love to see Deuce start. But I'm going to tell you why Thibs ain't going to do it. He's going to tell Hart, chill. And you'll be all right. Just keep playing. And I think Thibs is right. Also, Deuce McBride, at this point, if you started him, he would lose some of his offensive prowess. And the reason would be he would be in Josh's role. See? And he would get some open shots, but he wouldn't get as many because Karl Anthony Towns will get his touches, and of course Brunson gonna get the majority of touches. And then you still got OG and Mikal Bridges. So it's not gonna, he wouldn't be as dynamic as he is right now. Deuce McBride right now is the main, it's his ball when he comes in the second unit. He is the number one option on the second unit. Okay, he's the number one option on the second unit. Let me say again, he's the number one option on the second unit. So when you bring him in there in the second unit, he knows he's getting shots. That's why I say I think he's going to average at least 15 points a game. He could average close to 18 points a game, but he's going to get his shots. And you want that going against the other team's second units. You want to have a guy like that. That you know when he come off the bench, it's his ball. He's the number one option in the second unit. He's making everything go. That's what you want. And you keep that. Not only that, you want to at least wait until you can get Precious, which is only going to be, I think by Thanksgiving, you'll get Precious back. You'll get Shamet back. So you get Shamet, Precious, and Sims with Deuce in that second unit. Let them run for at least 10 games before you start making any changes, because if it's as dynamic as I think it's going to be, and then you throw Payne in there too, you're going to have something. And what I mean by that is not only are you going to dominate other teams' second units, you're going to be able to give your first unit more of a breather. And that, for the 82 game season and going into the playoffs, is going to serve you well in June, in May, in April. Okay? So that's why I would say no, don't do it. Don't put Deuce in the starting lineup. Keep Deuce in Mob Deep. Deuce right now with Precious and Sims is Mob Deep. And so you're adding Shamet to that. And I saw the glimpse of Shamet with Deuce in that Minnesota game. And I'm telling you, I think that's good. I'm not saying Payne ain't no slouch now, but I think Shaman and Deuce are going to be something else coming off that bench. I think they're going to be something else. So you let that roll for a few games. Let these guys come back and let's see how they roll before we start making dramatic changes after one game in the season, okay? And you got to let Josh Hart, including Josh Hart, has got to let Josh Hart fit in and get in the flow with the first unit. Josh Hart really, when you look at his career from the Lakers to the Pelicans to Portland, most of the time he has come off the bench. So he may not be completely comfortable as a full-time starter from the opening tap, but you got, give him time. You got to give him time and let him do it. And I think if you look at Thibs' pattern of handling his lineups, like I said, many of y'all don't understand because some of y'all think because you yelling so loud for some change that Thibs is going to listen to y'all. He ain't. And he shouldn't. He knows what he's doing. So he going to let this crew run for 20 or 30 games. And that's what he always does. And even when he had Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier as his starting backcourt, and he could obviously see they couldn't play no defense, he still waited 20 to 30 games before he said, Kemba's out the rotation. He's going to wait. He's going to evaluate. And he's not going to rush his decision. He's going to do it just like that. So Josh Hart probably will remain in the starting lineup, and I think he should. And then you just run that second unit especially you bring Precious and Shamet back. Sims, I think, is going to be not for long in the second unit when Mitchell Robinson comes back. Because, man, I like Sims, no doubt. Some of y'all come, and some of y'all still don't get it. When you come on my channel and you call Sims trash, I'm deleting your comment immediately. And some of you, I like some of y'all, Charm Boy. And I'm giving y'all a chance to stop bringing this BS because eventually you'll touch the third rail. And I'm trying to avoid you doing that. Don't come on my channel because Sims is fam. I'm pulling for him. Like I said, I got his back. But when Mitchell Robinson returns, you got the best offensive rebounder in all of basketball coming in your second unit. So that's going to be what he does. But for now, Precious come back. Shamet come back, you running them with Deuce and Sims, and you got a dynamic second unit. And you want to keep that. You want to keep that. If suppose you can get 20 points a game, 18 to 20, like I said 15 to 18 for Deuce. But suppose it becomes 20, 18 to 20 points a game coming off your bench from Deuce McBride. No, you want that. You want to keep that. Okay? You don't want to lose that. You're going to lose that if Deuce starts. You're going to lose that. But it's only one basketball, see? So you're going to lose that. So that's why Hart should remain in the first unit, be that glue guy in the first unit, and he'll get used to it. I think I saw it even in the Boston game. As the game went on, he was very comfortable and looked more like the Josh Hart we know. So I wouldn't make no change right now. I can understand why some of y'all would because some of y'all just knee-jerk reaction, do something right now, let's change it right away. Gotta wait. And I'm thankful that we have Tom Thibodeau as our coach because he don't listen to your knuckleheads and lunatics. He said, let me just do my thing. Just like the Don. He don't tell you nothing. Just to let me just do my thing. And I'm glad they do it that way. Y'all enjoy your Friday. We'll be back on Sunday after the game. And I'm going to review the game tomorrow. And we'll see what happens. Please don't come on my Bible study tonight telling me about tonight's game. I'm asking you, don't do that. Okay? We'll review the game tomorrow. No problem. Also, again, November 10th, I may have gotten enough people respond, but just tell you one more time, November 10th, we're going to be at Duffy's in Altamont Springs, Florida, for the 5 o'clock game. The Knicks are playing Indiana, and we'll be at Duffy's, having a watch party there. I'm probably only going to tell you this one more time because I think we got enough people coming to satisfy our little crew. But anyway, Y'all enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Shalom.